YouTube viewers, this is Sincere Michael from Scooby Productions bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll probably do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. So basically, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording as well. So once again, if you're over 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. But if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this in a row, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Lupinranger vs. Patranger, episode 34. So basically, this episode starts us with the Lupinrangers, coming back from grocery shopping, coming back from grocery they're coming from the grocery store, headed back to their restaurant to, restock their supplies until Lipton saw a bunch of kids playing basketball. So basically, that's when Lipton Pink asked Lipton Red that you like playing basketball, and then that's when Lipton Red had the flashback back he was on the basketball team trying to impress his big brother and whatnot, and he spotted no, I don't like basketball. So anyway, when they came back to the restaurant, they saw the good striker was there. Turned out the good striker told them that Ranger X had went to go find the Lupin Magnum, a powerful Lipton item created by Austin Lipton, who also created the good striker, the Dial Fighters, and the Trigger Zord. So basically, he said that the Lupin Magnum is a powerful gun that Austin Lipton created after himself. Sorry, I'm a long tongue guy. So anyway, the good doctor say that the good after Mr. Lipton made the Lipton item after he made the Lipton Magnum next. So basically it's a powerful gun. It also his favorite powerful Lipton item, and it also his favorite Lipton item So anyway, he hid the Lipton Magnum in a cave somewhere until somebody worried so basically he hid the Lipton Magnum away until somebody comes along who's worthy of his power. So anyway, basically when Noah tried to when Roger X tried to retrieve the Lipton Magnum, he got hit by a box, hit by one of the blue chaps that got the Lipton Magnum. So basically, Roger X is in trouble. So basically, the Lipton Rangers said, "Let's go help out Roger X." So basically, they followed the good striker and to where Ranger X was with the Lipton Magnum. So anyway, meanwhile, back in the Gateway's main dimensional headquarters, so basically, we see the boss of the Gateway and Destro and Goss was talking about the Lipton Magnum, they was wondering if that gun ever, Mr. Lipton had that gun, and was wondering if that gun ever get in the hands of get in hands with the Lupinranger, they probably will get in trouble. But that's where his worry is that gun, if that Magnum gun will ever to get in the hands of the Lupinrangers, they'll be in big trouble. But but the boss and Goss is like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That the Lupinrangers don't even know where the gun is. So basically, it's been lost. Nobody knows where the gun is. So basically, don't worry about it. So basically, that's what was worried about it, because he said that gun is very powerful. So basically, if they do find a way, so basically, God said if they do find a way to get the gun, I bet you that Cerebro will probably will steal the gun from the Lupinrangers before it gets retrieved by them. So anyway, so the boss agreed with Goss's, what Goss was saying to Destro. So basically, I forgot, and Destro said, I forgot about that gun getting monster, getting its monster, Cerebro. So basically, maybe we should not worry about the Lupinranger that's getting the Lucas Madam. So anyway, so at a gun show, we see Cerebro, cause some mayhem at a gun expo, and the Patranger confronted him and tried to stop him. So basically, Cerebro is some type of master. It's a game-rich monster who's a master gunsmith. So anyway, every time that the Lupinranger tried to blast him, he used the power of his Lupin Island to make a shield made out of earth. So basically, his Lupin Island gave him the ability to make a shield made from earth. Made from earth. So basically, it was much more difficult for the Lupinranger to get a clear shot at Cerebro. So basically, Cerebro pretty much had the Patrangers on the wall until he sits the president of the Lupin Madam, and he decided to break off his stuff on the Patrangers and went to go track down the Lupin Madam. So anyway, meanwhile, the good sucker told the Lupinrangers the good sucker told the Lupinrangers the cave where the Lupin Madam is. After passing through some booby traps, they managed to get to the Lupin Madam and also find Ranger X, who was passed out on the ground by some type of body trap. By some type of booby trap. So anyway, basically when the Lupinrangers try to get to the Lupin Madam, then there was like so basically when the Lupinrangers was trying to get to the Lupin Madam, they realized that there were 3 words, French words around the cave. So basically, they had to translate the word to try to disable the booby trap. So basically, the 3 words that were in French mean break your shackles. So basically, once they said that in English, that's when instead of the booby trap being disarmed, the booby trap activated. So basically, the booby trap was to send the Lupinrangers in an illusion where their loved ones are alive. So basically, in the case of the booby trap, they went into illusion. All three of the Lifting Rangers went into a illusion where the loved ones were lost. So basically, Lifting Blue's illusion, his fiance was alive, and Lifting Yellow's illusion, her best friend was alive, and Lifting Red's illusion, his brother was alive. So basically, they tried to. So basically, they tried to break out. They were trying to break free of their illusion while the good sucker woke up Ranger X. So basically, Ranger X say, "Oh, they must have fell to the same illusion booby trap, just like me." So basically, it's up to them to get themselves out of this illusion booby trap by themselves. So basically, that's the all three Lifting Rangers realized that the meaning of the three words that say break your shackles. So basically, order for them to break free from their illusional state, they have to kill. They have to destroy the illusion of their loved ones. So basically, Lifting Yellow and Lifting Blue couldn't destroy the illusion of their loved one, being Lifting Blue's fiance and Lifting Yellow's best friend. So basically, Lifting Blue and Lifting Yellow couldn't destroy the illusion of their loved one, so therefore they failed the test, and they ended up unconscious, knocked out unconscious on the ground, just like Ranger X did. So basically, unfortunately for Lifting Red, he realized that he realized that he had to be done. So basically, Ranger X was the only one who passed the test of the illusion booby trap, and therefore was able to free the Lupin Magnum from its detected case shield and whatnot. So anyway, that's when the image of Mr. Lupin appeared, and it said that you passed the test. So basically, the Lupin Man is yours. The power of the Lupin Man is yours. So basically, I'm entrusting the power of the Lupin Man to you, Lupin Red. So basically, after showing that you're willing to do anything, to bring back, you willing to do anything, whatnot, to be a good thief and whatnot. So anyway, the image of Mr. Lifton disappeared, and the case started to collapse. So basically, Lifting Lifton woke up just in time, and just in time for the Lifting Rangers and Ranger X to escape. So anyway, meanwhile, Cerebro was waiting outside the cave, and saw the Lifting Rangers and Ranger X coming out the cave when they was collapsing when the cave was collapsing. So basically, So the Lifting Rangers and Ranger X made it out of the cave just in time before it completely collapsed. So Cerebro was like, Cerebro told Lifting Red that the man was coming with me. So basically, Lifting Red was like, no, it's not. So basically, the Lifting Rangers and Ranger X morphed into their Lifting Ranger form and start to do battle with the gang with Monster Cerebro. So anyway, so basically, just like the Patranger, the Electric Rangers and Ranger X had a hard time, hard time with Cerebro's Electric item that gave him the ability to make a shield out of Earth by using the Earth and whatnot. So anyway, they was having a hard time taking him down until Electric Red used the Electric Magnum to break through Cerebro's Earth shield, and therefore ended up. And so basically ended up, taking and gave them the opportunity to take Cerebro's Electric Idol, and therefore using the power of the Electric Idol combined with Electric Red first he changed him off, they managed to destroy Cerebro and got the Electric Idol from his body set. So basically the Patranger shield showed up and saw everything and saw the power of the Electric Magnum and action used by Electric Red and whatnot. So anyway, like usual, Goth showed up and used the power of her Electric Idol to make the game with Monster Cerebro grow, and Ranger X. So basically, Ranger X and the Electric Ranger summoned the York and formed the Red Kaiser Megazord with the magic brick firefighter and the fire truck trigger the scene Zord for the Lit Kaiser Splash Magic Megazord and also the Emperor X Megazord. So anyway, so basically using the power of the Electric Magnum together with the Megazord with the Lit Kaiser Megazord, they managed to destroy Cerebro once and for all. So anyway, later that night, Mr. Cargo came by the restaurant and he was kind of impressed that that Mr. Red was able to as he saw Master Lifton, and also able to retain the power of the Lift Magnum as well. So anyway, so Mr. Conway said that that means you're gonna need it for future battles. So basically, Mr. Cargo says, so basically, Mr. Cargo was gonna take the lifted magnetron, but Mr. Cargo said, no, you're gonna need it just like you need the dive fighters, like you and the Patranger need the dive fighters and frequency to battle the gateway. So basically, it's yours to keep for now. So anyway, Mr. Cargo laughed. So basically, Mr. Red wanted to hold the Lift Magnum, but Mr. Red was not. Said no. The Lift Magnum. Nobody's gonna touch the Lift Magnum but me. So basically, while Mr. Yellow was bugging Mr. Red to hold the Lift Magnum. Outside, Mr. Cargo was saying to himself that who would have thought who would have thought that the Electric Red would be able to attain the power of the Electric Matter from Mr. Austin Listen himself. So basically, it's like so basically he was saying to himself that he was kind of impressed that Electric Red was able to attain the power of the Electric Matter from Mr. Mr. Lister himself. So basically, he once he said that, he just walked off. He just walked off laughing, and walked off laughing, and this is how the episode ended. So basically, I think that that Mr. Cargo. Maybe somehow that maybe Mr. Cargo maybe is Mr. Lupin somehow he makes it survive this long, but that's just a theory to another time. But just how the episode ended, when Mr. Cargo was amazed that Literary was able to get the power of the Lupin Madam, and he just walked off tonight, just laughing. So basically, that's how the episode ended. So anyway, this episode was not bad. So anyway, what do you guys feel about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it okay? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Sincere Michael. Sign off. 1.